I am Dr. Vinay Saini from this TUMAAS Foundation. This is an NGO non-profit organization, and TUMAAS meaning is TUMAAS. So TUMAAS is first TU means tuberculosis, then MA means malnutrition, and AS means AIDS. So we secured this Aarohan Social Innovation Award just before pandemic in early 2020. The award was given for our first innovations related to rapid TB diagnostic test in urine. India is among 4 high-burden countries for tuberculosis and TB prevalence. More than 2.7 million people have been suffering from tuberculosis. And here under this award, innovation was proposed to develop a rapid TB diagnostic test in urine. The purpose of selecting this test in body samples like urine, the urine can be collected easily, whether they are adult population or pediatric or children population, can be collected comparative to sputum. Presently existing tools for diagnosis of tuberculosis is sputum microscopy. Its sensitivity is less under 60% as per WHO, and then sputum culture, which is still gold standard. So generally a myth is popular that old is still gold. So however, so many new tests, PCR based tests have been introduced in the market, but still the sputum culture is considered as a gold standard, as we can actually see the live population in the infected part of the body, whether it is pulmonary tuberculosis or it is extrapulmonary tuberculosis. The idea was formulated to develop a rapid TB diagnostic test kit in urine. So far, we have completed more than 5 years since securing this Aarohan Social Innovation Award, and this was a great motivation for all of us to secure this innovation award, as we found that this was the first award for our NGO. Parallelly, we started our company before securing this Aarohan Social Innovation Award and some small seed grant from Department of Science and Technology for our startup company Ostic Pharma Private Limited. These projects were helpful for us to encourage and to start our work in TB innovations and developing TB diagnostic test kits. Early 2020, when we secured this award, the COVID was started in other part of the world. We found that there was another challenge for TB COVID pandemic. So we thought that it would be nice to develop our own manufacturing and scaling up facility apart from R&D facility. We got good expertise also while developing this test and also validating this test in different body samples, let's say in urine and sputum. Before early diagnosis, mass screening of TB is utmost required so that treatment can be started in time, and the person who is suffering from tuberculosis, they may be presumptive TB patients or hidden carriers, and they are spreading TB from one side to another side, or even if they are staying in the family members, so family members are also having latent TB infection. This was the motivation. I am also working in another disease which is very close to or caused by tuberculosis, malnutrition. So you know that when a person suffers from malnutrition, so immunity or immune system breaks down or weakens. So there is it's true that TB causes malnutrition and malnutrition causes tuberculosis. If a person gets infected with TB, then it becomes weak, starvation, and bhook nahi lagna, so many things happen, and then it becomes weak. And due to malnutrition, immunity breaks down, so person are more susceptible, or people gets TB infection easily compared to who are healthy and not malnourished. This was a great motivation to us. Prize money is always helpful. Actually, suppose if you are not having any backup, and since we are innovator, and you know that in India the scientists are not very rich, so the prize money to start our venture, or whether it is a startup company or whether it is NGO for innovating something, so prize money is almost actually it works as a catalyst to boost up our research for doing any research or developing any product. Specifically, not only research but also developing. Main thing is that how we can introduce our product into the market after crossing various validation process and also getting regulatory approval from Indian regulatory agencies and other regulatory agencies. Being a person from scientific community or scientific team, we believe that the money, even every single penny, is very helpful or useful. It works as it boosts up our research, and also it adds in our research finally for reaching another step. Use this money not only for innovations but also to construct our manufacturing facility, R&D facility, and and we bought and purchased all the required instruments and sophisticated instruments which are required for developing any diagnostic test kits apart from TB test. The prize money to start our venture, it works as a catalyst or to boost up our research, and also it aids in our research finally for reaching another step. COVID was a challenge after securing this award. So we developed our own facility, and now in the meantime we developed this test, and now we are into the pipeline that we have developed this test. It is good thing that we are getting good results in HIV negative TB patients. There are very few NGOs in India, they are working in innovations, and most of the time it happens that most of the NGOs and non-profit organizations, they are not, people are not having good feeling for Indian NGOs. But here we started this NGO mainly for developing and providing affordable solutions for the betterment of society. So our main target is to how we can introduce these tests into the market so that affordable diagnosis can be done. Even underprivileged population should be benefited through these funds. Now we are having our complete facility, entire facility to develop TB test and any type of the diagnostic test at our facility. And now we are planning to set up our manufacturing facility in Union Territory or near in outskirts of Mumbai. So this way, so you can see our journey in last 5 years. We completed three different projects with a domestic, international, and national and international funding agencies, and introduced the product into the market. For introducing any TB test or any diagnostic test specifically for tuberculosis in the urine samples. So in urine samples, the biomarker not only for TB but also for other diseases except for critical kidney diseases. Metabolites or biomarkers are released in very small quantity, maybe in a small nanogram quantity or picogram quantity. So innovation part is that development of a test and how we can increase its sensitivity in the urine samples. It's a quite challenging task. Test development is first challenge, but how we can actually make it more susceptible or make it more sensitive or make it more efficacy, it can increase its efficacy in urine samples. So this is another challenge. So first challenge we have already overcome, and the second challenge we have been trying to overcome. So we, along with the biomarkers, several different metabolites which creates masking effects or they are reducing the sensitivity and efficacy of the test. So we have been working on the chemistry of these metabolites, how we can actually reduce the masking effect of these metabolites and make it more susceptible and more efficient test in urine samples. We are doing certain interventions. Let's say we are working in chemistry and we are seeing the results and observations in urines of TB and healthy patients at different time period. Under this chemistry, we are trying to bypass different actually hindrance of the metabolites in the urine. So the test will be used for actually diagnosis not only for pulmonary tuberculosis, which is prominent in India and other countries, and also will be used for extrapulmonary TB as the biomarker is same, bacteria is same. So this test can be actually conducted in fields like pregnancy test at homes and self-test also, and no sophisticated instruments and labs are required, and even manpower, once a manpower is trained, then they can conduct this test in doctors' clinics, pathology labs, rural areas. In field studies can be performed, and test results are actually generated within 10 minutes. Most important thing is that the test is mainly for screening purpose and for early diagnosis, not for confirmatory diagnosis. So here, once the people are screened for tuberculosis, they will be routed once after getting positive or negative results. So they will be segregated and they will be further sent to the pathology labs or TB hospitals and further TB clinics or RNTCP labs for further diagnosis. What type of TB they are having, whether it is MDR TB, whether it is drug sensitive TB, whether it is pulmonary TB, whether it is extrapulmonary. So far, we have trained more than 20 candidates. So they are working in actually whether these innovations are related to TUMAAS Foundation or for our startup company, currently starting company, this Ostic Pharma. So since we need a technical team, we need a regulatory team, we needed different teams for quality control, quality assurance, manufacturing, technical team for R&D purpose for developing tests, and also for other teams which are required as per the regulations of FDA and CDSCO. So more than 20 candidates they got trained with us, and this was happened in coordination with Ostic Pharma Private Limited along with TUMAAS Foundation. First time I visited when we were screened for this R1 Social Innovation Award. So first time we defended our this idea before the jury panel, and we interacted with different people from innovations. This way we got an opportunity to see the beautiful campus and lot of greenery was. So we found that this is something is still whether we are learning in technical way or we are learning in a social way. So we found that our own social innovation award is, you are saying that it's like Avishkar Dil Se. So really I found that this essence that Avishkar is Dil Se, people who are really inclined towards research or translational research, so that we can develop some affordable technology which can reach out to the people, common people or underprivileged population in this world. We could achieve our target and completed phase 1 trials internationally at Brazil, which is also one of the high burden countries for tuberculosis. Our own social innovation award is really helpful, and the people whom we interacted during or before the innovations or award ceremony or before juries, so they were these juries people were also giving suggestions, were helpful for us to make further modifications. We are quite hopeful that after some time we would be able to introduce this test to the market. And so many big innovators and big researchers, not only from India but also from big companies, they try to actually convince us it's wastage of time to work in the tuberculosis rapid TB diagnostic test kits. You are not going to get results. But we planned just before R1 Social Innovation Award, and still we are adhere on our innovations and we are working on it, and we believe something we will get. We are not worried about whether we will get positive things or negative things, but still we are getting good experience, good innovations. Aarohan's award is a great motivation, so it keeps us and always keeps us sustainable, and like second dose of vaccine, any vaccine, whether it is COVID vaccine, whether it is first BCG vaccine. So like vaccine, it boosts up our encouragement. Or once we secured this award, so we were filled with lot of positive energy, and we worked very positively with for COVID projects also through our startup company. Award ceremony, we interacted with eminent jury, and apart from this, we got to know about the other innovations and colleagues who secured award and who during the screening time or screening day when we defended, so we got to know different innovations which were actually being done by different innovators. So we interacted with different team members also. So our own social innovation award was not only a single platform where we interacted with different new innovators and what type of research and innovations, not only in healthcare sector but also in other sectors. It was a great experience what we achieved during the presentations and awards ceremony. And in fact, when we visited a second time in 2023 in another edition, so we got to know that some other innovations or innovators and some other problems are being defined and were awarded in that ceremony. We interacted with winners of 3 generations. There are so many innovators, and in India, actually our country is filled with a lot of energy, enthusiasm. Youngsters are working in different innovations, and technology is changing from rapid diagnostics, molecular diagnostic towards the artificial intelligence. Likewise, TB tests, next generation TB tests, 4th generation TB tests. Nowadays, actually, like 4th generation TB tests are under innovations. So similarly, the innovators are also next generations innovators. They are more smarter than us, and they know better than us how we can actually develop perfect technology and efficient technology with high impact for the common people.